How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting it funny. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It is a day of another day of another day we call Wednesday. Anybody ready to say what's going on, people? Come on, let's go Usawai in this video. Come on, breathe in. Breathe out. Anyway, Ben said, what's good, people? I know I told you I wasn't going to talk about anything that was in reference to current events, but I'm sorry I said talk about this only because it is very heart-wrenching to me when it comes to certain situations, and especially when it comes down to my transgender community, as far as being, you know, very visible as far as looking at a part of me when I see them. You know, I always say when I see another trans woman, I see myself, and I would see, you know, when I see myself more like them, more so than I do with the gay guys. But, you know, within everything, I always feel we're still united within blood, you know. My thing is that when I see the LGBT, of course, I see my people. When I see the trans women and the transgender men, I see myself, because I understand our struggle is a lot more different, even more diverse and harder than it is just to be gay. Anyway, that being said, so I wanted to talk to you about something about a trans man that was murdered, 38 years old, Amos Beede. Here's this picture right here. Okay, now he was attacked. He was in a homeless encampment. Now I don't know if you know about the encampment and stuff, what that is. That is a place where I don't know if you even know, but this is a place where, you know, a lot of times, if you don't know, a lot of times people don't have anywhere to live. So what they do is they put little tents up, like under the bridges. Like on really far areas in the woods, somewhere far where people don't see them, you know, close to the water and stuff, you know, as far as living, because they can't really deal with the differences and the problems they have inside the shelter. They feel more safer, which is really sad. They feel more safer when it comes down to being on the street than inside of the shelter, you know, where there's running water, you know, showers, and, you know, where you can eat and something like that. They feel more safe on the streets, you know. And this was happening in Burlington now of last week. He died, and the fatal beating was from his head trauma, facial fractures, so he got face burns and broken ribs. And this happened last week on May 22nd near the Barge Canal on Pine Street. At 11 a.m. they found the body, you know, his body. But the investigators are still looking for, they're looking for two people they don't know, like, you know, in reference to, you know, being homeless as well. And they want to talk to them about, you know, what actually happened to him, you know. And they're looking for 21-year-old Erick Averill and 23-year-old Myia Barber. And these are two decent people living in Burlington as well, you know. And basically they want to talk to them and find out, you know, if they know the information, or, you know, it could be open, because they really don't know how to really address this, because he was already homeless. It wasn't like they found him, you know, from home. He was already homeless. He was found, you know, and down, you know, basically the encampment. That is so horrific for me to see that someone was actually outside. And me, a person that's been homeless and understanding the situation, you know, what you could go through and all the different things you have to endeavor. And the thing about it is that you have to go fast, and there are a lot of trans men that's actually walking around as far as being homeless, you know, that actually were born biological females, but they live the life of a male only because it's more safer. Because they reveal themselves as a woman, their chances of being raped would be more bigger. Now, being a homeless person being raped, and of course, being raped is not going to be a situation where the person's going to take a condom, put on this, is going to rape you. And as a person who's been attacked, as far as that means, if you have to be able to fight. And being homeless, sometimes you don't have nothing to eat. You're hungry, you're thirsty. It's just a lot that's going on with you mentally. Anyway, So I just want to give you a video reference to what the information that they found and stuff, and here it is right here.
Police are trying to find 2 persons of interest in connection with the murder of a transgender man. They're looking for 21-year-old Erick Averill and 23-year-old Myia Barber, both transients living in Burlington.
We want to be very clear that they're persons of interest, and we're looking to talk to them about the investigation.
On May 22nd, officers were called to a homeless encampment off of Pine Street where Amos Beede was found lying on the ground. The 38-year-old was a transgender person who identified as a male. Lieutenant Sean Burke with Burlington Police says a fight broke out, but not necessarily over Beede's gender identity.
Potentially, there could be a biased motivation to this crime, but as I'm telling you right now, there's no direct information to suggest that this crime was perpetrated solely because of how the victim identified.
Beede was taken to UVM Medical Center, where police say he was treated for several days before he died.
The injuries included several fractures to his face, a series of broken ribs, and a brain injury that ultimately led to his death.
Burke says the Milton man had strong family ties in Vermont and within his community.
Victim also identified many in the transient community within the city as family or extended family, and there's a lot of grief around that.
Burke suspects both Averill and Barber are still in the Burlington area. Anyone with information is asked to call Burlington Police or Champlain Valley Crime Stoppers at 802-864-6666.
Where did that money go to? I mean, this is so much money that is missing in this world that you watch people, you know, these higher-ups in this government and stuff, officials and stuff, take this money. We have no idea of where that money is going. There is, think about how many court cases, think about how many parking tickets, think about how many fines, think about the highways, think about all this stuff, you know, the high rise of the train system, you know, the money's, where's all this money really going? Oh, it's going to fix trains. But we're watching all this stuff that happen within the train system and stuff like that. It's really not going towards some employees. They're just making a little percent of it, but they're not getting a large majority of that. Do you understand the millions of dollars that they actually brings in? And you can't tell me that none of this stuff is well, it goes towards the welfare system and stuff like that. Do you honestly think that the welfare system is actually paying these people that type of money? Do you honestly can account for that money that's going into the highways, that's going to the welfare system? Because people have to understand, that money is also coming out of people's checks. So where is all this money going? But yet and still, right in our own backyard, we have the homeless people sitting out there and they're dying, they're being murdered. But hey, I guess it doesn't matter if it ain't happening to you and stuff, but anyway, like I said, rest in peace. I didn't want to go that far into it, but rest in peace. And you do you. You do the best way you can.